Hey guys, and welcome back to the Natural Learning Python course. Today, let's talk about docstrings. Now, what is a docstring? It's basically like a set of instructions to explain your code. You can write it for a file, a function, or really anything, and it helps people understand what you're doing. Now, conventionally we do it for functions, but you can really use it for anything. Now, as you can see in this little code snippet, I have this function called docfunc, and you can see it says this is a docstring, and then it returns 0 so it can return something. This is a great example of a docstring. As you can see, it uses 3 quotes. Now the syntax is, as we saw, 3 quotes, and then the docstring goes inside, and it uses, as you can see again, 3 single quotes. You just need to hit 3 single quotes, and it will then work. Now, this help right here is to actually display the instructions, and you see the syntax is help, and then you put in the function, but you don't run the function. You just put in the function. And as you can see again, it displays that docstring to the user. So you can really put the docstring as instructions. And then here's an example of the help function. I ran it on that same docfunc. Now let's code. Alright, so I'm in VS Code here, and you can see I have this little add func. It's a pretty simple function, just sum of 2 numbers. And let's say I need some help. Now, by default, VS Code and most editors will actually show the docstring right here if you hover over it. But if your editor doesn't do that, then you can run the help command. And as you can see, there's even some help on the help command. That's pretty cool. But if we run this, then it will display it. Now, I have to click enter to get the whole thing if I write a lot, but as you can see, it says type 1 number at the first prompt, then another at the second. The function will return the sum of the 2 numbers you just gave to the prompt. And simply enough, that explains docstrings. However, I can also put one for the file here, and I'll say right now, file to explain docstrings. And you'll understand why we put this later, this docstring. It comes when we use it with multiple files, but for now, just know that it's also nice if you want to put a docstring to explain what your file is instead of just a ton of comments, especially if you have a long description like blah, 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 blah. It's annoying to have to write a lot of them. Basically, docstrings are the equivalent of multi-line comments in some other languages. Now, that's it for now. I hope you learned something, and as always, this was Nitro Learn.